This is the plaintiff, Virgil. He says the unscrupulous defendant is making up false charges to steal money from him, and that's just plain wrong and not fair. If he really left the place in as bad a condition as the defendant says he did, then why didn't the guy just punch him in the nose before he left? The guy's a crook who never even told him what he was keeping his money for. And he's here in the good name of what's fair, suing him for the $2,500 he's owed. This is the defendant, Bill. He says the plaintiff has a drinking problem. And when he locked himself out of the house, he broke the door down instead of calling a locksmith, like a normal person would do. If that weren't bad enough, he left 2 sets of bed sheets covered in blood and feces rolled up in a ball in the closet. And he has every right in the world to keep this guy's money, and he's not returning it. He's accused of gross exaggeration.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant or ex-landlord is simply a thief who made up stuff to steal her security deposit. The defendant says the plaintiff has a drinking problem and left bed sheets covered in blood and feces. It's the case of he hates those feces to pieces.
Okay, Virgil and Bill. Virgil, you rented out Bill's condo in Florida, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Where are you from?
I'm from Oklahoma, moving to Cape Canaveral to fly rockets.
Okay, what do you mean by fly rockets?
I work for one of the aerospace companies that launches 2 vehicles down there.
So, but you're not going to fly rockets, are you?
No, I don't actually ride the rocket. I work on the launch pads and the structure.
This vision of him riding the rocket. Okay, rocket man. Bill, you own a condo, and do you live in Florida?
I do.
All right, so you rent it out seasonally or?
We have a 3-month minimum in that property.
Okay. So you rented them for the 3 months. There was a $2,000 security deposit and a $500 pet deposit, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're suing to get both of those returned. Do you have a copy of the lease?
I do.
May I see it? Because my understanding of what I've read in the lease is that the pet deposit is non-refundable.
Part of it. It says $500 pet deposit, of which $200 will not be refunded.
You are correct.
Okay, so $200 is non-refundable. All right, so what happens? You move, do you do a walkthrough when you move out?
Yes.
With him?
Yes.
Was there any commentary?
No.
Do you say, is it in good order or anything, or you guys just walk through and that's it?
It was sort of informal. I had made some improvements with his permission. I put up a ceiling fan at my expense on the lanai, and I'd also mounted a flat screen TV on the wall because the one in the living room died, and he actually paid me cash for the TV on the spot because he liked the installation. So everything was good. And
when you installed the TV, he paid you cash for the TV?
When we left, I showed it to him and said he could have it for slightly less than what I paid for it. And he wanted it.
And he paid you?
Yes, he paid me
Is it accurate
cash.
that you purchased a TV?
I did purchase TV. However, TV that was in there after he left was nothing wrong with my TV.
Why didn't you do that before you purchased this TV? You ended up buying the TV from him, and yet today you are suing for $225 to dismount the TV.
Going back to the beginning of the lease, he was asked not to put any holes in the walls.
Where was your outrage when you whipped out how much did he pay for the TV?
$300 and something.
Where was your outrage when you whipped out the $300
wrong.
and something dollars and handed it to him?
You're right. I did not.
So it kind of seems nasty that you're suing for unmounting the TV that you were so happy about you bought. Okay, so let's talk about what you are keeping the money for. Let's go through what the damages are. Because according to you, the place was disgusting, right?
There was a lot of damage, yeah.
Okay, talk to me. Tell me what was damaged.
Sheets, bed pads, the sofa.
What was wrong with the sheets?
They were all soiled, blood soiled, and other.
Do you have pictures of that?
I do not. I do have
Were
pictures.
the sheets all blood soiled?
No, ma'am.
How are you going to prove they were blood soiled?
I can't.
Okay.
Okay.
Go on.
I do have photos of the sofa.
Let's look at the sofa.
And I also have a photo of the sofa when I bought it.
What happened to that sofa? I'm talking to you, Virgil.
I can't really see exactly what.
Well, I don't know if you can see, but I can see, and it's gross.
Okay.
I can see just fine, and it's super gross. So what are those stains?
I sat on a blanket or a towel.
Well, where had the stains get there?
I don't know. They weren't there when I left.
Okay, then show me the pictures that prove they weren't there when you left.
I did
because
not.
I know, the one thing I do know is that with somebody else coming in on Friday, he's not going to pour gasoline and mess up his own couch. He wants a couch that's not gross for the person coming in Friday.
I have no explanation.
Pardon?
I have no explanation.
Well, I got a solution. All right. What else? What other pictures do you have of damage?
As part of the original agreement, $200 was going to be kept to shampoo the rugs in the bedrooms. We had to replace area rugs, and again, no photographs of the area rugs. I apologize.
No, you don't need to apologize. I apologize to you because you are not going to get any money for that, and you can't
That's
withhold
fine.
it. You see, if you're going to keep a guy's money, you have to be able to come to court and prove that you're entitled to keep the guy's money. Otherwise, you're going to lose on that.
I understand.
Okay,
We
go
were
ahead.
in kind of a hurry. Last thing was on my mind was taking pictures of.
Why? You got a
stains.
phone?
You're right. You're
And do you
absolutely
take pictures of your food?
Yeah. No, I don't.
Okay, thank God.
I'm not that
As
guy.
my child says, Christy doesn't eat until the phone eats, and she takes a picture of everything that's in front of her. But you know how easy it is, especially when you're outraged, to document everything, because people do it every day in front of me.
Sure.
In fact, we know you did document. You got this picture, you got that picture. So apparently there's no hurry. You got pictures.
I
so
did.
if there's stuff that's ruined, take the picture.
Yeah.
All right, what else are you keeping money for?
The damage on the door.
Okay, let's talk about the
Which you
damage to
do
the
have
door.
a lot
What
of
is it you
photographs.
think happened on the door? This door's been jimmied. Yeah.
Well, he did it
How do you know?
because he told me he did it.
Okay, and
I
that was
have a-
because he locked himself out?
He locked himself out.
You live down the hall?
I live 2 doors away.
Okay, and?
That's correct.
Okay.
But that doorknob is a new knob I put on there. How I got in there, we tried doing a little prying. I admit that little bit of wood damage there. But there's a brand new doorknob on that door with 3 keys I left with him.
Yeah, well, how much are you keeping for the door? $1,671.
Yes.
On what planet are you living that you think I'm going to allow $1,671 for that damage? That damage can be repaired. Even if you were to buy a brand new door for it that was an impact door, Home Depot sells them for $300. How is it that you think you can keep $1,600 of the guy's money for
This
that?
is a condominium, which we have specific types of doors that have to be purchased. That door set up with an impact door, composite jamb, and stainless steel hardware because it is on the water.
Wait a minute, hold on. What's wrong with the hardware?
That hardware?
Yeah.
That was my original. He drilled that out.
Did you change them?
There's a deadbolt in the very top of the picture there. and
Yeah,
this-
what did you change this
I
handle?
did. I replaced them with brand new high quality Home Depot with matching keys. So you only had to have 1 key to get in that door instead of having to have 2 keys.
Okay, can I see what it looks like now that would merit you keeping security deposit money because the brand new handle he put on is so inferior that you have to buy a third one? Let me see that.
I don't have a picture of the new
Oh,
lock.
this is not going well for you.
So, do landlords typically screw tenants out of security deposits?
Yeah, for sure it does.
What? I mean, would you paint a landlord that crookedly?
I mean, they did it to me one time, and I left the place clean. You know what I mean? So
Yeah, I know what you mean. Do they know what you mean? What do you say?
I would say I don't know. I would say sometimes it does come down with do you screw people over from time to time?
They must sometimes. The question is generally going inside the courtroom.
What else are you keeping for? Anything else?
That's basically it.
Now, how did this go between you two? Because things got really nasty.
It was a shock to me. On all that week, we were texting back and forth, coordinating us leaving the facility. And so I've got a very good, after his tenants moved in, I've got a text trail here that shows that he was fine with me. He came to our motel room after he had moved the tenants in and shook my hand.
And then a few days later, here's what you're sending him. You miserable slumlord condo, blank, blank. Don't close your eyes and keep your ears open. Then at 5:50 in the morning, tick-tock. What was that?
Like a clock ticking, I was going to court. And I've done
Me
that.
and my process server are coming, and you are going to rue the day you tried to blank me out of 2,500.
I didn't threaten bodily harm or anything. I just told him
No,
what
you're
I
just
was
nuts. Dear Bill, saw your new condo photos on Zillow. We'd like to have lived in that place looking like that, but not renting from a lying, thieving, I don't even have a euphemism for that, like you. All right, guys.
Your Honor, I did have to file a police report because of the text messages and the emails.
And what came of it?
I didn't pursue it because he works at Kennedy Space Center and he has a security clearance, and if I pursued it, he probably would have lost his job.
Oh, so you're in love with him now and you want to do
No,
nice things for him?
I didn't want the man to lose his job.
Because you're a great guy, or what is it? Or the police just said, don't be ridiculous, this is a civil matter.
It wasn't worth $2,000.
Because I'm kind of familiar with what the police would say.
Right.
It's, don't be ridiculous, this is a civil matter, we have work to do. That's what they would say. Okay, there's an amount you're entitled to withhold for the door damage. There is an amount you're entitled to withhold for the carpet cleaning. I am going to allow you to withhold an extremely generous $500 for the door, plus $200 for the carpet cleaning. So that is $700, which leaves $1,800 that should have been returned to the plaintiff. I find in favor of the plaintiff in the amount of $1,800, and I'm ordering you to return that money to him. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So, in this dispute that got rather nasty, Bill, you're going to have to give him back $1,800 instead of holding on to it.
Yeah, I guess I should have took more pictures.
Oh, boy. Yeah, you needed evidence.
Yeah, I sure did. Yep.
Why'd it get so nasty?
These are very high-end properties on the water in Florida, and it was handed to him in good condition and given back to me in very poor condition. So.
Okay. Thank you very much. You must sign a few documents. All right, Virgil, you're going to get $1,800 back. Yes, sir. How you feel about that?
Pretty good. I'd forgot about the door, and you know, it is what it is, and I should have taken pictures myself, and it would have made it a lot better.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay, you must sign a few documents on your way out, and that'll do it. Harvey?
It's so easy, Doug. I mean, honestly, whether you're a landlord or a tenant, you take pictures before the tenant moves in, right before, and you take pictures as the tenant moves out, and the pictures tell the story.